7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whoa. Got some live sound coming on the speakers here. Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to IdiOtBlog 359.
Don't be afraid to fly. Spread your wings and take to the skies. Above the clouds we'll rise like the sun, and take it with us when we're done. Reflect the light for everyone.
My name is Idiot Burns.
This vivid imagery that breathes life unto me.
You are listening to Rusty Calhour.
Can't you see we were all born? Yeah,
You can
we were
find Rusty
all born free.
at Chinese Rasta. You'll know him when you see Bruce Lee right next to Bob Marley. Bob Marley and Bruce Lee.
For every question
Ooh, the harmonies.
there's an open door.
Tasty.
It's something to explore.
First time listening to the track, dropping a like.
Find your true intention.
Today, the Idiot Blog is simulcast on 5 social media accounts.
If ever doubt,
Facebook.com/Christopher Burns, Mob Crush, Twitch, YouTube, and BandLab at username Idiot Burns.
take my hand, don't hesitate.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
As we gravitate to
Tomorrow marks 10 years of marriage for Mr. Rusty Calhour. Congratulations. You made it to the mark where your marriage is given that highest likelihood of surviving. The one thing you can do to indicate your marriage will survive the times is make it past 10 years. I guess you got to get through tomorrow. Giving thanks. Giving much thanks.
then come fly with me.
You hear his voice, it's so good you might think you're listening to Incubus or Tool, depending on the song. Great guitarist, solid vocals, genius ideas, creative soul, man of the cloth. I don't know what that means. Man of the cloth. Man of God, I'm sure. It must be the Holy Spirit flowing through him for him to be making stuff like this.
Like a didgeridoo drone, circular motions. We began with each new end, like breaking old habits.
Very poetic.
And shedding of old skin.
He's one of those guys that love to meet up with and jam with. I'd just sit back on the bass. Just let me sit back on the bass. You do your guitar, Matt do the drums, and I'll just sit back on the bass and we'll just jam out. We'll meet you down in NOLA.
So can't you see?
Tomorrow is Thanksgiving and we're going to have a very special blog for you. Once again, this is Rusty Calhour. Calhour. Rusty Calhour is spelled RUSTYGALJOUR, and you can find him at bandlab.com/Chinese Rasta, or is it Chine Asta, or is it Chineser Asta? Chinese or Bush? I don't know what I'm saying now. Can you smell that? Ooh, yeah. Can you smell that? You can taste it in the water and breathe it in the air.
Ready to ignite, to blind a cultural generation to the slaying of the night. So open your door.
Wow, powerful words there. Inflection, reflection, detection. I'm feeling it. I swear, this is just a soda pop. Beauty is skin deep, but I tell you, sometimes you can see that inner beauty in the expressions in someone's face. I'll tell you that much. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about. What's up, Morbius Alpha? Watching over on YouTube. We hear noises in the background, it's just kids playing. Chorus line.
If you need, you can borrow my wings.
Well,
I keep my feet on the ground.
does this have bass?
Sound and stable.
This would be a cool track just to play bass too. 7-minute song. Does it feel like a 7-minute song? It definitely doesn't. That's a true artistic accomplishment right there.
That we all ignore. So can't you see we were all born free? Yeah, we were
Well done, dude.
all born.
Next track, we're gonna try and not talk over it. It's written for his beautiful wife 11 years ago when he proposed, married 10 years ago tomorrow. Here it is, Love at First Sight. Hey, I thought you said beauty was only skin deep. I'm telling you what, there's a radiation of the soul that can come through. Telling you that. You gotta know it's true.
The very first moment that I saw your face,
Joel.
I knew my life was
Yeah, we are
never
listening to
gonna be
Rusty
the
Calhour,
same. It's true.
user Chinese Rasta.
Love at first sight, and I knew.
Like I said before, if you see Bruce Lee and Bob Marley on the same picture, you know you're there.
Feeling heavy, palms begin to sweat. If only I can hold her, show her the way that I feel.
That's cool.
Nothing else matters. She makes time stand still.
I was in the drive-in today, and the guy's like, "Who is this?" And I was like, "Rusty Calhour." Like you're supposed to know. Almost said Chinese Rasta. He would have been like, "What?" 10-year marriage. Guy must be good to his lady the last 10 years. I swear it's us who fuck it up. Now, I'm not saying there aren't cheating ladies and women that are hard to live with, but I'm just saying usually it's a reciprocation of how we behave. We're such beasts. We're such beasts.
And love together, babe, that's how we'll grow. Just wrap your arms around me, 'cause all this loving is real. 'Cause nothing else matters. She makes time stand still.
Very cool.
I get so tongue-tied, babe, I cannot speak. My legs held tight like they in concrete. My heart is busy racing.
Yeah, his name is Rusty Calhour, R-U-S-T-Y space G-A-L-J-O-U-R. 13 years. They say you have a 90% chance of staying together till death if you make it past 10 years. Sorry to hear that, man. I can't say I haven't done it myself. I've messed up some relationships. Relationship I had my first 2 kids with lasted 7 years, but in that 6th year, she was just trying to have it be open. I'm sure she regrets it because she's told me as much, but what can you do? She made the choices and she did the things she did. And I just reciprocated that action and found something else. And that is how it works sometimes. It affected the kids the most, and that's the thing. That's the thing. If I could flip a switch and undo it just for the kids, I would. I would do anything I could to make it right for the kids. But at the same time, that switch would undo my 3rd kid, so I ain't flipping that switch. I love that little girl. You saw her on the blog yesterday. I can't live without that thing. Yourself. Tool cover. Matt Dunlap on drums. You can find him at Matt Dunlap 23. That guitar right back there in the middle, black and white, that is the Breed 23 by Kanoni Keen. Happens to be one of my lucky numbers. My lucky number is 53. And it's called the Killer Whale. And I'm the guy that makes the Killer songs. So, how appropriate. We got Morbius 665 Alpha. And Morbius Alpha. We got 2 Morbius Alphas on here. Or you just changed your name just now. I don't know what's going on. That was crazy. What happened there? I might disappear for another one of these. I very rarely do that. It's a soda. It's a soda. I swear it's a football soda. So it's a football soda. It's the kind of soda you watch during football. I think Dallas plays tomorrow. That'll be fun. I think there's actually supposed to be 3 games tomorrow, but they moved the Steelers-Ravens game because the Ravens have players with COVID that were important, and or they didn't want some unknown people to be carrying it and spread it to the Steelers because they're 10-0. You wouldn't want to make them lose. You wouldn't want them to lose a dang game this season. Seems like they won't get beat until they get to the Super Bowl, and it's us. Seahawks, that is. We'll see. Seahawks will have to pull it right out their butt, just like always. Last week was a brutal game. Nice. Keep changing it. All the way. I should push Matt to do drums and bass for a Tool song. Make it the cover we do. I'm gonna push him. It's just a few days ago. 4 Degrees is the name of the song. Oh! Eat your heart out, Maynard. You COVID-affected son of a bitch. Rumor has it, Maynard can't sing anymore at this time. He can't hit a bunch of notes and he can't hold notes because his lungs have been affected by COVID. What bullshit. BS. I don't believe it. I don't even believe in COVID. The only genome is from Wuhan. I've looked. The other genome is not complete. Nobody's done a complete genome except China. Give me a fucking break. Excuse my language. All good, dude. At least I know some parts of this song. This is off of the album Undertow. That was how I was introduced to Tool, and I really liked that album. And Enema, amazing album. I don't think they've ever outdone Enema. That's my opinion. There's a lot of cool stuff on Lateral Us, 10,000 Days. I haven't even been able to sit through but one or two songs on the newest album. It's a snooze fest for me. If you just took that album and took all the music out and just gave me the drums, I'd probably like it more. But it'd be like a whole album of just this part. It's like, it's just not vibing for me. I like stuff that kind of has a more drive to it. Let's just say that. I think Chevelle sounds cooler right now than Tool does, but that's, I mean, fuck, that's just me, man. Nice work, dude. Undertow and Prison Sex, two of my favorites, for sure. It's like, it's hard for them to outdo themselves. I started as a bass player, so of course I was really into Tool. I was really into Red Hot Chili Peppers bass lines, at least. I never really was super ecstatic about the guitar playing until a couple years into playing guitar, around 2000. Yeah, I'd say Maynard is the least talented in the group. That's me, though. Plus, I heard he's a rapist, so how much can you love a guy when he's a rapist? Child rapist, by the way. It's hard for me to just love the guy. I like his music, but... also, I would say this. It's like he's taken his best stuff to Pussifier and what's the other group? A Perfect Circle. And maybe that's the effect of Adam Jones taking forever to write a song, or just the way that they like to take their time and enjoy their life a certain way. You know, would I want to see him live? Hell yeah. Would I talk shit to his face if I met him? Probably. Whatever. I'm that kind of guy. He'd probably try and punch me in the face. And and I got no problem with their music. I don't take out, I'm not a cancel culture kind of guy. I don't take out the shit I hear about somebody out on them, you know? Yeah, what about this? Anybody wear these? So 90s. This is Withdrawn. Artists on this track are Red_Burns 80, or Robin Burns, the redheaded devil with the same last name as me. No, I'm not talking about my wife. BandLab just liked my post. Well, that's cool. Thank you, BandLab. I don't know what post you liked, but thanks so much. And then this is Matt Dunlap and Chinese Rasta. So those three. That's a great little trifecta. Oh. They like my feature. They like my blog. Thank you, guys. Oh, yeah. Whoa, that was beautiful. Those harmonies and the way the song danced and musically. That was cool. That little. These guys make great music. And there's the end of the recorded portion for the at IdiOtBlog on BandLab. And that's that little click you hear in the sound. Very cool. Oh, yeah. So, the elusive elements of recording, what are you talking about? The elusive elements of recording. I'm talking about the things you don't always know are happening. And don't always know are necessary. Things that aren't automatically inherent. Number one, the most elusive element, making sure you are in tune. Don't forget to tune before you start. Elusive element number one. Number two, doubling vocals. What does that mean? Doubling vocals is when you sing the exact same vocal part. You don't do a harmony, but you do the exact same vocal part, but you track it with such a level of accuracy that the S sounds, the pops, the breaths line up, and you can pan all the way or just a little bit to create width, depth, and intensity without taking over the recording with volume. That's right. When you double the track, you create more presence without having to have more volume. The fuck you talking about presence? Presence is that high tone, those snaps, all those kinds of sounds. Those are the presence. That would be depth. Yes, down here. But that roll of it, that's presence. The note, the tone, is part of the depth of the sound. The presence of the sound is the higher end, the clicks, and they can be in all ranges of tone. They aren't necessarily low or high, but they have forward characteristics, and the depth has deep down characteristics. A bass without any high notes is going to have a lot of depth. A guitar solo is going to be based on presence, and you want to have a balance in your song. Another elusive element is a type of filtering where you shelve each instrument in different areas. You can think of it like interlocking pieces of a puzzle. You want that guitar to fit right there in the middle, then you're going to want that bass to be just lower and just higher. If you want that sound in that bass, you're going to want to make sure you have a little bit of this high end here and a lot of this low end chunk, and a little bit of it can overlap so they don't feel so disconnected and they don't feel so transparent to each other. They can feel like everyone's playing at once and it's very tight, but you want to almost filter out a little bit of the mid-tone in the bass just so that it doesn't trap out the ability for the mids to sound out. Now when you're in that very low volume, which I'm going to talk about next, when you're in that lower volume pre-master stage before you've done the mix down and you're listening, you're going to want to make sure you do this, because when it comes time that you start pumping the volume up as much as possible without having any clipping, and then you go to use master effects on BandLab, you're going to really, those sounds will start pushing each other out and fighting each other if you don't kind of filter them. You're going to want to do it, you're going to want to get crystalline sounds on cymbals up here so that they don't wash out the guitar sounds, especially riding on that hi-hat like a metalcore or thrashcore song, right? That was the song called Unmasked, I believe. No, this song's called Unmasked. I don't know what the last one was called. I missed it. I'm trying to drop likes as I go through here. So another elusive element of recording is you might hear something that sounds really loud because it's been mastered and mixed up. But in the time of recording, it's better to not over push your devices. That's why I recommend having a mixer in between your interface, because you can step it up in little stages. If you use too much of one preamp to boost the volume in a microphone, you're going to get coloration of those sounds, and that's going to fatten up that filtering ability and make it harder to filter it. And if you're recording down in that proper volume, you're going to get, and it's going to be easier for those sounds to filter amongst each other. This is getting technical, but I think it's all quite understandable. Sometimes you're going to want to... hey, James, what's up? Yeah, you can have a granola bar. Thanks for asking. So, another elusive element of recording that isn't going to apply to everybody, but at some point it may. And without this foresight, you may be looking back and reflecting and going, what did I do? Making a song and building a song in a way in such that it's playable live and that your sounds are achievable live. If you use too many effects, it may be almost impossible to replicate those live. If everything you do is based on the sounds inside of your computer, the isotope and you produce it to make it sound great, it may be very difficult for you to achieve that live. And if you're planning on taking your band into a live setting, that may be something you really want to consider. You might want to say, should I be using this bias amp setup, or should I just be miking my actual gear so that when I go play live, it's not like I'm not stepping down the quality. And in fact, it's better if your live sound is an improvement to your recorded sound. Now, that's pretty hard if your sound is like as good and badass as the Black Album. Then you're going to be shitting bricks trying to make it sound that good. Now, if you have a really good following and a pyrotechnics and a stage presence like Metallica, and you might be fine. But if you're not in Metallica, it might be a shot in the foot. It might be difficult to make it work. Elusive elements in recording. Another thing about that is, if you haven't learned to play your riff from beginning, your song, or your riffed out song from beginning to end, it may be very, very difficult to just step it on stage. It might take half a year's of practice with the group to make it work. Not saying that ain't worth it. It's definitely gonna be worth it, but it could be disastrous if you what I do sometimes and make your song so progressive it's almost hard to remember the changes. That being said, there's nothing wrong with taking that riff that you played the perfectest version of it and making it repeat 4 times so that it sounds badass on the recording. It doesn't mean you have to play it perfect live, but if it's an unachievable riff that you can only play once out of 100 takes, you only got it exactly good enough once out of 100 takes, then it may be very challenging to do it 20, 24, 48, or 64 times live, in a row. It might be like, whoa, what was I thinking, right? That has a lot to do with why I try to do a lot of straight-through recording, where that whole riff, that whole section of that riff and that whole part before it changes, all played in consecutive. Not in 4 different riffs. Just trying to play that whole thing and get it. It took me 40 times. Well, it took me 40 times because I'm trying to get it good enough for a recording, but I played it good enough for it to be live each time, right? So, when I'm talking about, Chris, I'm talking about trying to transition your sound to live and thinking ahead of time. What's up with the high schoolers on my BandLab live chat? I haven't seen any. I haven't seen none. I haven't seen any. BandLab did like it, and I think BandLab's on that. So, if you're seeing it, I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing absolutely no chat on my on my live blog on this side here. So, it's just a spinning circle. I'm actually seeing nobody on my live feed on BandLab at all. Nobody's watching, according to what I'm seeing. So, if it's happening, thank you, BandLab. Your account is 12 years old. What's that mean? What, your YouTube account? That's like the maximum age of a YouTube account, isn't it? Or did they start in 2006, I think, maybe? I think mine's about 10 years old. And I think I started in 2009. Yeah. What's up, DK? You're not late. Coming in the middle. This is A Sailor's Tale Unsung. I thought I already liked this song, but I guess I just listened to it once. Did I comment already? I feel like I saw this and commented, but, you know. I'm leaving a comment. If Disney saw this, if Disney heard this, they'd consider recasting Johnny Depp. Oh, I like this one. This is actually reminding me of an in-between track on Enema. I don't know if you guys are talking about. Oh, you were out in Whidbey, huh? That's way cool, dude. I played a lot of shows out in Oak Harbor. I believe that's the Whidbey Island, right? I played a lot of shows between 2004 and 2007. Yeah. It is a dump. It's literally a dump. I would play in some of the nastiest bars ever. The nastiest toilets. I thought Seattle was bad until I started playing Oak Harbor. But I'll tell you what, the people were cool and the scene was hopping. Tell you that much. Tim Madden. Did you know him? You guys were like a year apart and stationed up there at the same time, probably. Who knows if you were at the same time, but could have been. What are you talking about, Miss Idiot Burns? You never make sense. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I love you. I'm a joker. A smoker. A midnight toker. Well, not anymore, but, you know. Once I get that engineering job, I'll be allowed to toke again. They don't drug test engineers. Whenever that is. If Boeing survives COVID, it's infecting everyone. This is the Fall 5 Spice. This is the name of the track. This just feels like another dirge you would hear on a ship, but that's me. Went out today to the park. It was fun. The main park isn't open because they fill it with Christmas lights, and once it starts to become evening, they close it off at 3. Which is pretty early, but whatever. And, hey guys, you need to have a shirt on to be here. I don't care if you hit your head. You don't come in here with a shirt off. Wow. She whacked her head right against that. You gotta watch where you're going, girl. I think this is the third dirge in a row, man. No, I did not hear it. Let's go check that out. Cascade. Better run away. Yeah. When you sing, listen, there's an elusive thing that people might not realize. When you sing, you can move your hands around and usually they won't hear it. And it's something you can do to put yourself in the mood of the song. And actually you can add vibrato just by moving your hands around. So your hands and the motions of your whole body come in through the recording. It's true when you're standing up and playing guitar versus sitting down. You're gonna get that. You're gonna try and play that same riff when you're like this. It's gonna sound more aggressive, like you're out there playing it. And when you do it sitting down and just sitting there, it's gonna sound tighter, but it's not gonna necessarily carry that feel that you're gonna want. I like creepy. You know I like creepy. Give me 1 second. I will be right back. After these messages, I'll be right back. How you doing?
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted.
Oh, Simon and Garfunkel's.
Still remains within the
Garfunkel is a combination of Garfield and smoking way too much weed. Where'd you come up with that name, dude? Garfunkel. No, I don't think so, but still, I can make shit up. I'm allowed. It's my show.
halo of the history left. I turned my collar to the cold and down. When my eyes were stabbed by the flash of
I'll have to show you what?
the split the night.
What are we showing now, wife? So I went to the park, and the other park was closed, so we went to this different park. His first time there was a lot of fun for the kids. There was a climbing wall made of stone and bricks and rocks. They kind of went up, and even Luella went up it, and they slide down a flat piece of cement. And then another little mound with some rocks on top, and they were having fun. And I'm throwing the ball for the dogs the whole time. And a guy in a golf cart comes around and goes, "You got to leave the park at 5." And I go, "Well, the sign says 7 to 7, so you're going to have to leave it open till 7. And he goes, "No, Inslee said because of Inslee, it's locked down and it's closing at 5. And I go, "That's a mandate, that's not law, and I won't listen. You got to post your hours out front so I know. What if I was out in the deep woods and you closed and locked me in here?" And he said, "Well, if you don't leave, I'll call the police." And I said, "Good luck with that. Police don't give a shit about COVID." You know those mandates? They enforce them by having people like the people that control and regulate businesses go in and say, "We're going to revoke your liquor license if you don't." That's why they wanted to put the liquor in the stores, or shit like that. They want to have things they can take away from the businesses to control and manipulate them and say, if you don't make people have masks, we'll make you close your door down because we'll take your business license. Bob's your uncle. Shove it up your butthole. I ain't listening to any of that shit. I ain't gonna believe it. I need to see an American company or an American scientist do their own genome of this virus. I need it. I need it. I need it for my personal belief system. That's the only way I'm gonna trust any of this crap. To me, when you have 5-6 weeks of the cold season and flu season come back, and you have nobody testing positive for the cold or the flu or pneumonia, and nobody dying of the cold or flu and pneumonia for 6 weeks, you have like two people have died of that. And then now the cases of corona are going way up right now. Sounds to me like flu, rhinovirus, and all that shit is creating positives, false positives on your test, and you need to try to fucking make a better test. Stop trusting Wuhan for everything, because that's the only people who genomed. You can look it up. They're the only people. You can look up every genome of every virus that's on file, and you can go look at every single mDNA strand they had analyzed of the whole thing and see exactly. You can make it yourself. You can make your own version of it if you knew how to use a CRISPR, right? You can make your own COVID just based on that. It would take you probably as long as they've been working on this vaccine to do it, but you could make your own version of COVID just based on the genome. I feel like they did not release the genome, and they do not have the genome. That's how I feel. Or I feel that they derived the genome from something that we already have in our systems. Ow, oh, your knee, let me kiss it. Oh. Got it. There you go. You're good. Here. Say hello. Hi.
Hi.
What do you want? One of these? There you go. Sunday Soul-esh. Reminds me of something off Zelda. You want one, Ruby? Yeah. Ruby? Luella. Ruby and Luella.
I have one.
You have one. Let me see. Let me see if you have one. This is where you'd see it.
Not making me
Right here.
move.
Yeah. Oh!
New one.
Pick it up and hand it to me, then I'll get you another one. Oh, gross. Ew. Ew. Say the loudest thing you can, Ruby. Now you know what she sounds like around the house. Yeah, this thing ain't going away. Ain't going anywhere. It's part of us.
It's a boat from Simpsons.
It's here to stay. Forever. It took us 100 years to get past the flu. Now, finally, we've only had 2 cases of the flu this year. So it looks like we finally got past the flu. I think we'll be stuck with COVID until 2120, guys. Joji cover. Just really love or feel this song. We had to get this twist out of his system. Chinese Rasta on the instruments and vocals. The bass could go up a little bit on this one, I could say. The phones. It's the phones causing it. It's the 5G causing it. 5G. You got your 5G phone, then you'll be immune. But if you don't buy a 5G phone, you're gonna get sick. What? Jimmy wants that? You want the different one? Oh, you already got one? Okay. Okay. Thanks for asking and making sure. No, that's for me. I'm gonna have one. Finish yours.
And I hope this is the hardest part. We try.
Never heard this song till now. Don't lean over here. I don't want you knocking stuff over. Make sure everybody tunes in. Early tomorrow, I'm going to do a blog. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a special.
Yeah, tomorrow. Grandma, Thanksgiving dinner.
It's Thanksgiving. I'm going to be saying thanks. That is a very huge predictor and a very, very true statement that tomorrow I will be giving thanks.
Thanksgiving.
I'll be saying thanks.
And I'll give my grandma Janine a glass of something that
I'll be using the word thanks a lot.
Is that for what people?
It's loose juice. Loose juice, right? This is the elusive element of recording. You can hear it in Metallica songs. If you listen to isolated audio of Metallica songs in the first few albums, I think it ends at the Black Album, but the first few albums, you can hear him burp. And that's like barfing, but burping, and after singing, jump in the fire, burps, and laughing. Still on the recording.
I'm gonna do my biggest yell ever.
Okay. Pretty big. When we go on Friday, are you going to bring your camera so we can
Have some
cool photos and cool documentary?
And I'm gonna record Grandma and all of us doing it.
I think we should use the GoPro because I can't edit them. The stuff we shoot on this thing, where is it? When we use this camera, it saves them in a format that I can't edit together without buying some new kinds of equipment. So I think you just need to use the GoPro.
Yeah, but I want to use this one for the pixels, okay?
No, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to use this one because I'm telling you, you don't want to use this one. Okay? Is this drive still in my computer? Yeah, it is. I'm gonna lose all my items. I'm not keeping track of them. My little drives. Can you believe that? That's 1632 or 64 or even 128 gigabytes on that little flat piece of thinner than a piece of potato chip, thinner than a julienne onion.
Julian! Onion! I'm recording and it's recording.
I like this one. What is this? Go find it. Traveling Mando. That's a 6-string though. That's not a Mando. I want a mandolin. Who's getting me a mandolin for Christmas?
Me!
Huh. I don't know when you're gonna do that, but I'm waiting. I'll be waiting.
Yeah. When it's after Thanksgiving.
I'll be waiting for that mandolin.
After Thanksgiving, I'll wait.
How about when you get a job?
No. Grandpa.
You're not gonna get a job to your grandpa? I'm screwed.
Yeah, it bugs this yolk because it makes it really hard.
That's one way to get into my ears. Man. I'm seeing no chat over at over here. I'm gonna refresh it and see what's going on. Getting no chat on the
Can't see my microphone.
on the BandLab side of the live show. Let's see if I refresh it. What's going on? I don't know if it's a smart thing to do to hit refresh on that. I think it should be all right. The way it's like a pushed stream, I think it should be okay, but we are simulcasting on, so it's not going to be a big deal. These don't get archived on BandLab, but we are simulcasting on BandLab, YouTube, Mob Crush, and Twitch at the username IdiotBurns, and on Facebook at facebook.com/Christopher Burns. And if you want to connect with me on Facebook, just look me up and you'll see my my silly ass there. Oh, there it goes. There you are. Now I can see the words. What's up? I want to say thanks to BandLab for all you do. Tomorrow on Thanksgiving, I'm most likely to be playing BandLab team members' music and saying thanks. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be good. You're gonna want to hear me say thanks. Thanks a bunch. I'm gonna say thanks for everything. I'm just gonna say thanks a bunch. Hint, hint. It's gonna be an event. There's a YouTube guy that does awesome rock on mandolin, and there's a guy named Rosa Stringworks that rebuilds mandolins, and you gotta go check that guy out. Nice. Did I look weird? She's got inverted color scheme going. Oh, this is cool. Bradley Aces. Lyrics and vocals. Instrumentation, Chinese Rasta. Who is the artist we're featuring? Oh, that's cool. I like it. I like how it looks. I'm crazy, so I have crazy kids. Uh-oh. At least we'll have fun when they're older. Not that we don't have fun now, but I mean... Yeah, this guy's rebuilding stuff from the early 1900s. Does that make sense? Yeah, early 1900s. Gibsons from the 20s or 30s or whatever. Mandolins from the... Actually, violins from the 1700s. Victorian era violins. I've seen him... I saw him with a Victorian era violin that was like... That had gotten smashed between a dresser and another dresser on a move. And even when it was in the case, it was in pieces. And he made the thing look almost like new. Now, it was like somewhere around 40 hours of work, a whole work week. But I don't think he charged the people for a whole work week. It was for a young girl, and it was definitely being like done behind her back. You can look it up. I think the name of that was Bittersweet Chocolate. MIB does not mean Men in Black. It means Mrs. Idiot Burns. I don't like to have sex with Men in Black. Like I said, you guys, tomorrow is going to be a special one. Hey, this song's called Outro. I'm gonna take that as an indicator that it's about time to get outro out of here. We're not ending here because that would be like ending it in less than a minute. And I just feel like that'd be too fast. I like to warn you guys that the show is coming to a slow but sure end in a moment or two, in a song or two. Hey, quit typing disparaging things about me. I never got done by Will Smith or Tommy Lee or that other guy. What's his name? Not Thanos. You know, the guy from, what was it? Goonies? I think it was. Can't even remember the name of the bad guy in Infinity War right now. He was not played by Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan? No, it's, what is his name? Yeah. You want a tablet? You're gonna have to wait for a few. Oh, wait. What'd you say? You want a tablet? Do that face again. Do you want a tablet? Make that face, a cute face. When I come out, I'll get it, okay? In a few minutes. Well, this is definitely a great track to end at. This is Medieval Market, retrograde organ, meaning if your organs are failing, try and retrograde them. No. Retrodroid. Retrodroid organ? That must be the instrument he's playing. Oh, okay, never mind. I mean, that means something else. Thanks everybody on BandLab, YouTube, and everybody else that watched the show for coming and giving your attention to this artist, Rusty Galjour. Rusty Calhour. That's, I always want to say Calhour, but it's Galhour. For listening to Rusty G, the Chinese Rasta, or the Chinese or Asta, whatever you want to call him. You can go find him on bandlab.com, Chinese Rasta. One word, no underscore. Hope you guys all have a good night, good afternoon, good morning, whatever it is, whatever time you're at. Bless you all. I'll see you on Thanksgiving for a specialty blog. We are music.